We, the gamers. If you're an anal cream company, you better prepare for your sales to plummet because Anita Sarkeesian and Feminist Frequency plan to put an end to online harassment. Hey, I'm Frozo, and this is
The Drastic Shotgun.
And we are the conservative gamers. Now, most gamers know who Anita Sarkeesian is. We don't need to get into that.
So it's not exactly a fandom. I'm not a fan of video games. I actually had to learn a lot about video games in the process of making this.
She's somebody that needs to leave the industry for good and never come back. But we're going to talk about what she's done with Feminist Frequency and its growth. Now, she's changed the logo recently to the company, and she's hired on more people. Like, she hired this woman called Caroline Michelle to be a managing editor, and they do movie and game reviews, they do surveys and stuff like that. Well, we here at Conservative Gamers have been keeping up with the Feminist Frequency's Twitter growth and followers from January the 1st to the 9th. And something interesting about that is it has gained about 17,000 followers in those 9 days. That is some high growth. From day 1 to 2, it grew from 505,000 to 508,000. From days 2 to 6, it gained about 2,000 followers each day to end at 516,000. From days 6 to 7, it grew from 516,000 to 517,000. From day 8 to 9, it grew 517,000 to 519,000. From day 8 to day 9, it grew 519,000 to 522,000. Over these 9 days, it grew from 505,000 to 522,000. This is an SJW company, and it is growing pretty fast.
What surprises me is, she already had her time in the spotlight. She was on the Colbert Report in various shows, and she's been interviewed by all kinds of people and stuff like this. And back in 2014, the whole Gamergate thing, when it was in its prime, why is all of a sudden is she getting all this support? Did she getting enough influence in the industries for people to start going to her cause, or what happened here? Because it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. You'd think this would happen way back when Gamergate was still at its peak.
On Feminist Frequency, they're actually changing to a new website soon, so they're going all out and changing the direction of their company and going all in with this online harassment as we spoke earlier. Anita Sarkeesian is actually working with a couple of other people to make a guide to online harassment. It's called Speak Up and Stay Safer, a guide to protecting yourself from online harassment. Ironically, every time somebody calls out Anita Sarkeesian and stands up to her, she calls them a harasser.
This is obviously hypocritical. Sarkeesian has become the new Jack Thompson. The last E3, she was getting all over Doom for being, it's so violent. Well, no, duh, it's Doom, one of the original violent games. I'm starting to wonder if she's still kind of a hand puppet to Jonathan McIntosh, or what's going on here. I haven't heard anything from him, but they've become the new greatest threat to video games and pretty much the entertainment industry in general.
And it's sad that a hardcore SJW company like Feminist Frequency is having so much growth. It shows how far our society has fallen, to be honest. And that's about it for our video. If you enjoyed the video, give us a like. If you want to watch more like this, subscribe. And until next time, our hats are off to you.
I'm not a fan of video games. 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 I actually had to learn a lot about video games in the